Hi everyone, I'm JD. Welcome back to my channel. Okay, so I'm going to do a flip through of my traveller's notebook that I took with me to Melbourne. I love how chunky it looks and I just adore the standard size. I am sold on it. It's a really good size, lots of space, and I have just been having so much fun journaling daily. Well, not necessarily daily, but every page is dedicated to a day, so even if I miss a day or two or three, I can go back and fill it in, and I record every day of the month. So this is recording from December though, because I left for Melbourne in December, but I've kept it up since I've been back recording in January. So the first page I always like to start off with just writing about the journal and why I got it, how I got it, the meaning behind it. And here just talking about how I was inspired by Amity Bloom and My Life Mitts, and also how I got this journal from Ink Bandits, inspired by Johanna Clough. And then here I just stuck a photo that I took while I was in Melbourne of my sister's garden, and it just reminds me of family and home. So yeah, I love that. And then yeah, I wanted to do a page spread on Keanu just so that I could take him with me, and if I ever missed him I could always flip open to this page. Yeah, he's so cute. And then here, starting my kind of journey of the daily journaling. So this is one day, this is another day kind of thing. And every page I put a label to put the date and day. And then, yeah, I just collect things from my daily life to add in here, which I love. And it's so fun making it interactive. And this was from the motel we stayed at the first night. A bit of soap packet, and this notepad was from the motel too. And just recording different things. This was from the place we had dinner at, or dinner from. We got takeaway. And then on the third night we stayed with my dad's cousin, and he's a sheep farmer, so he was baling wool at the time, and I kept a little bit of this merino wool for my journal, which is just so cool that you can do things like this. I love the junk journal style. I was gifted some beautiful fabric, and then here is recording when I was in Melbourne. And this is a picture that my nephew did for me because he knows I love the Eagles, so I really love that. And then he drew some dogs, my sister's dogs, which is really cool and sweet. Over here, if I didn't get anything from the day that I collected, I tried to use things from my own stash, but I didn't use this as much as I thought I would because I ended up just writing. If I don't have anything from the day, I just end up writing. So yeah, the pages look a bit more boring there. But I love how each page looks different in this type of journal. And yeah, so cool. I love that variety. These days I had a lot of different things I collected, some lace and little note paper, and this is a vintage place I went to, so I did lots of thrifting while I was down there, and I've still got to do that video sharing my haul of all the vintage items I found, which is so cool. My sister knows that I like junk journaling, so she kept this for me since she asked me for a dinner request, and I said penne. One of my favourite meals is penne. This is just recording some happy mail, and this is a scrap of paper, just a single sheet that I bought while I was down in Melbourne because it had a cat. So I've turned into a bit of a cat person, I have to say, but just to remind me of Keanu. And this is a piece from a vintage French dictionary that I thrifted, and this feather my nephew gave me, I chose it because I love the colours in that. And this one is one of my favourite page spreads in this journal. Things like keeping business cards in here, business cards, because they just instantly remind you, you know, when you see that. And then this was a Christmas present, another business card here. This is Christmas Eve and this is Christmas Day, so I really like this page too. Lots of flips and flaps and things stuck on from the day, like this tag from my niece and nephew. The wrapping paper, lots of wrapping paper and ribbons and things. My sister's birthday was on Boxing Day, and she loves to garden, and so I put in a seed packet and journaling card with flowers to represent that, just from my own collection. Oh, this place is amazing for vintage items. My goodness, I went there twice and I could have gone back there again. I got wallpaper and I got piano paper and postcards, and yeah, I'll have to come and show that with you guys later, or show that to you guys later. But this is a page, like a piece of you know when you get like a meal at a restaurant and they have that paper underneath the plate or something? So I just ripped it off and used that. Same with this, that was a different place. Just different bits and pieces again. This one, I got 2 Happy Mails this day, plus one of my purchases from Etsy arrived, some vintage library cards, and so I just documented that there. And this one documenting my point shoes, my new point shoes that I got. I'll have to share that on my channel as well. This is documenting the new year, my 20 things list from the January journal kit. And I've still got to fill in a few more there, and I'll share more in my other journal when I do my page spreads about my word for the year, my vision board and all that kind of thing. This is my favourite page in this journal. This side is recording that journal that I made, that vintage journal on the 1st of January, and so that's one of the book pages, and I just kept some of my favourite pages from that journal. And this one, this is the flower from my sister's garden here, and I thought that looks so cool in there, so effective. It's called Queen Anne's Lace, and the purple is actually peas, she said. Purple peas. That's the flower. And then I just included a flower here, a sticker, and it's simple but effective, and I really, really like it. And then just more pieces. This is recording the annual walk that I take my niece and nephew on, where we collect bottle caps, and then we come back and choose our favourite ones, and then they flatten them for me so I can put them in my journal. And of course I chose blue and silver. More little pieces here. Oh, I have to share this with you guys. So I went to this place called Tea Leaves, and I don't drink tea or coffee or anything, but I thought while I was down there, the only thing that I spent money on was Willow Bound journals, really, on the business and on vintage finds and op shopping and stuff. So I thought just before I left, I thought I'll get something just for me to remember the trip by, and I got this tea, I don't know what it is, but it's like a tin and I'm not going to use it for anything tea related. I thought I was going to put my pens in here, but instead I'm going to put something like journal cards or store something in there. I've kept this on here because I'm actually going to use that in my other journal to record this memory, so I've got that there so I don't lose it. And I also got myself a mug to replace my other mugs, so I use a mug to hold my pens. And this one, it reminds me of Keanu, and I love it when he sleeps. He just looks so adorable when he sleeps. And just all animals when they sleep are so cute. And there he is, my little Keanu mug. And I thought it could be a fun thing. So every year when I go to Melbourne, I can buy myself another cat item, black cat item, to start my collection. Because I quite like having a collection, and it's purely just, I don't need it, but it's just to give me a bit of joy when I look around my desk. Same with I just want to surround myself with sparkles and blue and now black cats apparently, because it brings a smile to my face. This was so cool. My brother-in-law had this challenge where he had to play Star Wars games for 23 hours, so that meant he did an all-nighter, and different people came in to be his support team and helped him play games, and they swapped out and tag teamed and that kind of thing. And I stayed up to 3 a.m. with another lady. She was playing a Star Wars video game while he was on his computer playing a Star Wars game, to keep him company. And I was falling asleep, but I stayed up till 3 a.m. and then went to bed and got up a bit earlier the next day, and he was still there, still playing. So he did really well, and I really like those kind of things. I did that charity walk from Sydney to Melbourne. It kind of reminded me of that. And I just like challenges, and I thought I want to do something like that, a 23-hour challenge, like maybe a journaling challenge where I have to journal for 23 hours straight. Anyway, this is recording the Sashka bracelet that I got. It came that day, so that's there. And then some of these pages are a bit blank because this is recording the trip back to Bowen, and I didn't pick up as much stuff. And then by the last day I was just like, oh, I'm a bit over this. I don't want to be in the car anymore. And I just wanted to see Keanu. For those who were wondering, I had some questions about how the reunion went with Keanu, really, really well, because I was a bit fretting about would he remember me. I got out of the car and I called to him because our window in the kitchen is always left ajar this much. There's a lock that stops it moving, and so there's a screen, fly screen, so I always call out to him, and once he heard my voice, he jumped up onto the windowsill and he meowed, because that's what usually happens. As soon as I get home, when I get out my door from my car, he's at the window meowing. And then, yeah, I opened the door, went in, and he just nuzzled me, you know, with his head over and over and over again, all over, like my legs and my knees and everywhere. And yeah, that was a bit out of character for him. He just kept on going over and over again. So one lady suggested that he was thinking I smelt funny and he needed to mark me again. And then late at night I woke up to him in the crook of my arm, which is unusual for him because he's not a lap cat at all. He either sleeps on my floor on the tiles because it's, you know, hot in Bowen and he likes the cool tiles, or he sleeps at my feet on my bed. So to wake up to him here was just so beautiful, and I gave him a pat and off he went again. And then later on I woke up again and he was there again. It was so cute. And the next day I woke up to him and he was draped over my chest, and I was like, oh, this is so cute. But he's back into his routine now. He doesn't do that anymore. Yeah, it's as if I never left. He's so back into his normal routine, which is awesome. And this is just recording some happy mails that I got when I returned, so it was waiting for me, which is always so lovely. This was from Tina and Janine and Diana, so thank you so much, lovely ladies. And then on the next day, I opened another package from Lani's Art, and she's the lady who inspired me to draw. There'd be no Art of Mental Health book without her, and I support her monthly through Willowbound Journals, and she sent me one of her latest book that she wrote and drew, so I'm going to share that on my channel later on. But yeah, it was just so beautiful reading that book and seeing her pictures, and yeah, just really touching and very inspiring. I just love what she does. And just, yeah, so happy for Willowbound Journals to support her monthly, for all that she's doing and the way she's reaching people. So over here, oh my gosh, this was crazy. This is just recording a story, which I will probably share in a separate video, because I think it needs its own video, so that's cool. And then now this is back when I'm in Bowen, so I'm just continuing my journaling and daily recording my days. So I was working on the cat journals, made 5 of them, so just recording that there. When I went back to work, one of my bosses left me this on my desk, and it was waiting for me, some vintage music paper, and I was so blown away. It was so special. Some of my vintage finds, I'm in the process of making up some paper packs with a lot of my items that I found while I was in Melbourne that I thrifted, and this wallpaper is one of the items in the packs, and one of the items that I just love the most, so I just stuck it there. I really need to fill this page in, which I will do later on. This one's just recording how I was working on my blue butterfly journals, so I've got to share a flip through of those soon as well. So finally getting those completed. And over here I've been working on some retro cooking books, so just recording some pieces from that to remind me of that. Again, over Saturday, still working on those retro cooking books. That's just a piece to remind me of that as well. The next day I went to see the movie Little Women, and that was really, really good. I did enjoy it very much. And then over here, this is where I'm up to so far. Just journaling, because I couldn't, you know, some days I journal what I did, other days I just decorate the page. And this one's documenting the videos that I filmed that day, and the videos to film, and this is my to-do list. So we'll see if we get all those things done. Well, no, I have to. I've got to do a page spread for all of these. Yeah, so that's a to-do list for my journaling. Yeah, so my plan is to do a page spread on each of those. And yeah, I've still got so many videos to film, my goodness, like this isn't even all of them. There's like a whole page. Seriously, I've got to catch up. Anyway, so this is some of my doilies from the January journal kit as well. I want to put them in my own journal here just for fun, and then I'll also include them in my prompt journal, so maybe I'll put that there. I like that there actually. Yeah, so I've got to catch up on a few days here. And then my aim is to obviously finish this journal, fill it up, and this will end January, so I will need it to last till January 31st. And because I had some extra pages, I just filled them in some other pictures and things from my trip, and over here documenting different things from Christmas and funny stories and more photos and stuff from the trip. This is Christmas Day and this is another dinner. One of my quotes that I came up with that's also in the January journal kit too. So okay, that was a long flip through, but yeah, I'm really happy with it, with how it's turned out. It's so cool, and yeah, I hope you like it, and let me know what you think, and let me know if you like journaling in a TN or junk journal as well. So yeah, I'll keep continuing on with that, and then my plan is for February to start my own journaling, to journal in a journal that I made for myself, and it will just be a monthly journal as well, so each page will be dedicated to one day of the month. So now that I've worked out that this is something I really enjoy doing, I'm going to keep that up and see if I can do it for the whole year. One journal per year. Cool. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!